So 6 minutes, 40 seconds. I want to start off and just get the show on the road immediately. Why don't we start off with our very first speaker who has spoken at Pechakucha before. Those of you who've heard him, he's a very captivating speaker. His name is Cobus. He's a motivational powerhouse, renowned author, and a true testament to human resilience. He has surmounted incredible challenges, including climbing Mount Kilimanjaro using crutches. Known as you'll see how he's dressed, as the Viking, not just for his formidable presence, equals height, but also for his deep wisdom in creating high-performance cultures within organizations with keynotes all over the world. Please join me in welcoming Cobus, who will be sharing his quest and journey, Kili on crutches.
My journey started with a quest. The moment I saw that article, I decided I'm going to go climb the mountain by the name of Kilimanjaro, never to return. That was the moment defined my life, that I'm too of a coward to take my own life. Maybe the mountain will take it. My son one day comes to me and draws the pictures. He says, "Dad, I don't want a little sister. I want a little brother that can play with me because you can't." He comes to me and I have a cross over me. And his words are, "Dad, you are dead to me." We all have that defining moments in our life that changes us. Third thing, when I get to the doctor says, "Cobus, you have to get both your elbows replaced. You have to get your ankles fused." That is your reality. Either accept it or it will be there forever. I could accept it or I could change it. However, I was the one that needed the motivation. In this journey as a motivational speaker, motivating people, I was longing for that motivation. To get up, to crawl, to move, to keep going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my reality. Until I read this quote by Gandhi that says, everything starts with a belief that becomes our thoughts, that becomes our words. There's even a book that says, life and death is in the power of the tongue. And those who love to use it will bear the fruit of it. Because our words will become our actions our habits our values. We have the power to create our destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, my challenge to you is, what is the legacy you're leaving behind? My oldest come to me and he says, "Dad, do you want me to do what you do when I grow up?" I said, "My son, I will love you do what I do." And he comes to me and he says, "Dad, but it's okay with you if I follow my heart." And I said to my son, whatever you visualize, you can achieve. Knowing that I've put my vision board Kilimanjaro. And when I noticed that, I realized I have a vision. A man without a vision will perish. So my ladies and gentlemen, my question to you is, what is your vision for your life? Because when you have your vision and you go on this journey, there will be walls to climb out in front of you that seems impossible. Those little lines are dots of people in a part of the mountain called Barranca Wall. I could say, I can't do this. I can't. And then God reminded me, Cobus, no excuses, no blaming other people. Do whatever it takes. Get your armor on and start moving forward. But on this journey, on this quest, we shouldn't forget the people that is on this path to serve us. He gave me a guy by the name of Jackson that made sure that he pulled me up that mountain. And his teammate that made sure I didn't fall backwards. I had to put my life in their hands. I had to put my trust in their hands. So here's the thing. What do you focus on? Do you focus on the beauty around you and being grateful for? Or do you see the shithouse that is constantly in your life? My question to you is, what are you focusing on a daily basis? Because sometimes we might not see the highest sunrise in Africa. At that moment when I stood there and I watched that highest sunrise, I gave up. I had altitude sickness. I couldn't breathe. I was in pain. I just wanted to go down. I prayed, God, come and get me. I'm ready to die. And then my friend next to me, as we watched, stands up. He gives me a heart-to-heart hug. And he says, Cobus, just remember why you came to climb this mountain. Your why is what gets you up and gets you moving. It gives you that extra energy that you will push through pain no matter what. That you will persevere by looking down. Can you see your next step? It's all about taking that next step. And keep moving forward. Until, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't get to the top. However, I reached my top. I reached my full potential. And my challenge to you today is, are you willing to challenge yourself to your full potential? I was sitting there thinking, God, it's time for you to come and get me. I've pushed myself. But God said no. He sent up 35 of the porters, everyone, to make sure that this guy doesn't stay on the mountain. To carry this heavy 127 kilogram guy down the mountain, whatever it takes. And I realized, I thought I was a failure. And then I got this message from God that said, like Elijah, I sent my golden chariot to take you down the mountain. And at that moment, I was reborn. At that moment, I realized I have a reason to live. It's time to live to my life to the fullest, to live without regret. And as this beautiful quote, I want to inspire you today. It starts with, to live without regret, that I am here for a purpose. And that purpose is to grow into a mountain and not to shrink into a grain of sand. Henceforth, I will apply all my efforts to grow into the highest mountain of all. And I will strain my potential until it cries for mercy. So, ladies and gentlemen, my message to you today, surround yourself with people that believe in you. Go live without regret. Push through the pain. Do whatever it takes. Thank you.